And now I have two error. For example, when we do some operation here, so this thing will be removed. So double click on this. So this is the real area. The area where I will map the input variable to the database variable. You got my point?
Yes, because there is like virtual and this is the real, and we
Yeah.
want to connect it.
You remember this sequence. You will do this sequence everywhere. Ah, here I will select the user. This is the input. This is the input of XML. XML tree.
Okay.
For example, in XML tree we will mention request for student employee
Okay, employee number.
employee salary, and response we say the response is the salary of the employee. So this extend extend, yeah, enter employee
Okay.
number. So I will map this to user defined input.
Okay.
Here is input variable, here is also input variable, here is output variable, here is also an output variable.
Okay.
Okay, here is a invoke. This last two and this last two is same to
Same.
user defined variable.
Yes.
You got from where we create this.
This is from the previous one from the PPL process.
Yes, and
And
this
this
is user defined.
user defined and the inside.
Yes, during when we create a invoke database, so we create there two variable.
Yes.
So one variable is this one variable is this one. Okay, so I will map this variable to the database, the database input variable.
Okay.
Have you got the point?
Yes.
Sorry. I will map this input to user defined input. Remember this sequence,
Okay. Yes.
because
Inside.
you will do, and next time in project you will do like this. For example, enter employee registration number. So here is a
Define.
employee number. This is the database employee number.
Okay.
For example, I enter employee number, so this employee number will come here to this employee number. 1 minute, huh? Database. Just remove again. Click here and drag here. You got the point?
Yes.
For example, my input will come here, and this input will go to the database query. Select a employee number where employee number is equal to this number.
Okay.
Okay, then apply here is show the request has come from this location, and this will go to database location. Apply. Okay, so, yeah, one error is now I have only one error.
Okay.
So I will again, now I will assign. For example, after invoking database, the
get
database
output.
I will get an output. So the output will come. 1 minute. I will some modification. The database output will come here. In response, which will I got employee name, employee salary. Okay, and I will map this employee name and this employee salary
Yes.
to the user defined input. I will repeat this again. Okay. Now what I will got, for example, in previous step we map
Input variable.
input variable to user defined input variable. In this case, for response we will do the output variable to user defined output variable. This is the reverse process.
Okay. Because there is XML here, the process will be XML, right?
Yeah. Before I mentioned that,
Yes.
This is our defined XML, and one XML tree is created by database.
Yes.
When we drag the database adapter, so that time one XML tree is created. So this is that tree.
Okay.
Okay. So I will map this output to user defined output.
Okay.
So I will select extend this, no problem. For example, I will got the employee name to the employee name. Okay, again I will map this employee salary to this salary. This is simple step.
Or if we only from A and B to respond,
Then it is also okay.
will
This is also okay, but here we have three input employee. So if they are
because we
both
only
side, if both side they are, the number is equal, so you can do you mention you just employee to employee. Okay, here we add two variables. So the from database we will map to apply and okay. So now we done. We done on 5 steps.
yes.
When we compile, I will come back again.
Okay.
Now it is the time for
Save all.
yeah. For example, I mentioned this one XML tree is created by database automatically. This is our XML.
Okay.
This is the database.
Yes, yes.
So for example,
I missed the second one. Yes.
No, this is automatically generated.
Yes. No, I mean, in the previous time,
Okay,
I
okay,
don't
okay.
get the second
Okay,
schema.
okay, no problem. So now come to here. Save. First, we will save.
Save all.
But they are automatically save, no problem. If you want to again save, if you have some mistake, so they will show you what is the mistake. Inshallah, you have no mistake. Validation pass. So I will right click on this and deploy. Deploy.
So we don't need to run or
No need for run.
Okay.
This is web service. So we need a deploy this. This is just steps. Next. For example, if you are second time, the first time when you deploy, it will take some time. So next time you will, if you deploy, so you can select this override in existing. For example, if you already deploy this.
It's the ID, right? The ID.
No, there is next. For example, I make a connection for application manager. For example, I already mentioned that I come to window and application manager. So this is the name of the application manager. Next, here he asks. For example, if I come here, so I have this SOA infra admin server.
Yes.
So I have one is default, one is just for test.
Okay.
So he asks, your deployment will come here. I come here. So I mention anywhere, no
Just,
problem. If I select just for test,
okay.
no problem. Default is also okay. So next, and finish. So you will see your result. Click on message. They are checking. If something wrong, then they will show. Done. Bad issue. They are just warning. No problem. Warning. No problem. In this case. So now how we will from here we will test or
Enterprise manager.
yeah, I will come. There are different ways. One way is here. I will come here just for test. Before I will refresh.
Okay. Yes.
I refresh this. I come here. What was the name of our web service?
Employee salary.
Employee salary. We will see. We will check right here. Employee salary.
Yes.
I will click on this and test. I will got enter employee number. For example, you can copy any employee number. For example, I employ this. I copy this number. For checking, I will test this side. So this is the one. This is the city. I will check one. So I will again click on this test. Enter this my number. I will select another one.
Okay. Yes.
Class, and this is the salary. We select integer, so here is we will come. So now we will trace our information, how information is going, how information is coming. If I click on this, launch. So this is okay. So I will double click on this. So this is the whole information from where is information coming. For example, I will extend this. So you will see the XML structure. For example, I enter 7782. This employee number is going to database. Then assignment is coming. For example, we assign one thing. Look, assignment number 1. we map for our input to database input, then we invoke database. From database the result is come in again we assign in replay. So we will see replay here again cleared, and this is saved. Okay, one thing more here you can, this is the tree structure and this is XML view of the result. So here you also see the location, the clerk, this is the result. And one thing more, this is the WSDL URL which can be used anywhere. For example, if you try this URL and you see your local machine, this is my local machine, okay, this URL. Okay, this is one way.
And
This is one way for testing.
yes.
So now I will show another way of testing. If you have no idea about this thing,
Yes.
enterprise manager, you can also locally test this. So come here, window application server. This is your application server. Here come to SOA.
Oh,
The same to this.
this also generate to
Yeah.
developer.
Come here. But here is lot of material. You will confuse. No problem. But you will select your own. I will select the employee salary. Where is the employee salary? Employee salary. Double click on this. You will see this one. Click on this, right click, and test web service.
It will generate to process.
Yeah, the same. I will minimize this. So I will enter the employee number, for example. Sorry, this is the number here. I will again copy one employee number. Enter, send result. You will get your result.
And link it will be generated.
Yes. For example, I again another one. Okay.
Yes.
For example, if you enter a wrong number, what will you do? There is some mistake. There is some error. So next time you can do some condition. For example, if result is not obtained, what we will do, what we will not do. So it is also easy, no problem on that. So this is mashallah. You got the point?
Yes.
Inshallah, next time you will also create your own.
Yes.
It is easy.
Should like. I will.
You have any query? I will discuss.
Huh?
Do you have any query?
Any query?
Just now come to overview.
Okay.
Overview. You know overview?
Overview it means that refresh or
Revisit.
reload.
Revisit. We mentioned we create how much thing?
From first
From beginning.
from beginning it
We create
the
a offline database.
offline database, and then
Then we create a XML tree.
SNRT, PBL processes,
Okay.
scheme.
But when you create a schema,
Schema.
okay, XML schema, so you select this, then after this, click this. Because if you create XML schema some other position, so you are not mapped in PPL. So this is necessary for you. Select this schema, and then after that,
Schema, and then
we create
the
database and
no,
BPL.
inside parameter from the schema in the schema.
Yeah.
Okay.
We create schema.
And then we create the
In schema, in schema, what we create?
we create the parameter input and output.
Yeah. And also remember, you must mention
Yes.
the data type.
Set type, yes.
Then,
And then we go to WSDL,
yes,
and then we
the
put
BPL
the
process.
PPL processes,
Then-
and we put the
In this inside this step, we access the XML schema for input and output. After that, I create a database adapter. For database adapter, I use one thing. I just copy from deployment
and the GB adapter,
the adapter
and then the
configuration, extend this one and copy this. Okay, then I select the next and select the table and this. Then after that I double click on this
and you create the
I create
assign
invoke,
invoke.
then invoke the database. In this invocation I create two user defined variable.
Yes, the input variable
Yes.
and the output variable.
Yes,
And
then I populate the variable.
populate,
For example,
assign.
how my input will become here and here
From
assigned.
input to
Just draw line, and this again draw line, and
from
then,
invoke to
then deploy
invoke to
and
yes.
test. Masha. Okay.
Long job.
Huh?
Long job.
Assalamualaikum.